I am Sakshi, and in this particular video, we are going to talk about the mock test for CLAT and how to score 80+. The first thing that you need to understand before you go ahead and start your mock test is the pattern and the syllabus. Now, the question would be that, ma'am, if I have already planned to go ahead with the CLAT and I already understand a slight of the pattern, why do I need to go ahead completely through it before I start with my mock test? Well, the answer is, for the last 2 to 3 years, CLAT has been changing its pattern slightly here and there. A lot of time you might think that, for legal reasoning, there would be passages appearing from current legal knowledge and specifically all the criminal related stuff, only to understand that no, the passages have appeared across all the categories. So if you already come with a mindset that, this particular part is a syllabus for this particular section and you're completely focusing on that, over the years, people would have, written blogs, made videos, and would have recommended certain areas to focus on CLAT, only to understand that in the last 2-3 years, things have changed. So you do not want to miss out on the current pattern, current syllabus. So my advice here would be that go ahead, find the last 2 to 3 years CLAT exam paper. Each section wise, make a note of whatever passages, areas that have appeared. And these areas are to be focused for your next CLAT exam. The next is expectation setting. Well, when you're starting with your CLAT mock test, do not expect a lot from yourself. Trust me, there will always be 1 or 2 students in your batch, in your coaching institute scoring above 80, above 90, above 100 maybe. And that might give you a setback that how are these people able to score so much? Well, you need to have some expectation setting done for yourself. You have to have certain milestones defined for yourself. When you're starting with your CLAT mock test, in fact, I'm sure a lot of you would have already started so far. So if you are going ahead and you are in that initial phase of, starting with your CLAT mock test, the first thing that you have to ensure is have as low expectation from yourself as possible in terms of score. But when it comes to terms of, understanding the passage, reading the passage, and also understanding how to navigate through one section to another, this is one part that you really need to set your expectation. In fact, if I would have been in your place, what I would have done for myself would be, for the first 5 CLAT mock, my entire goal would have been, 1, to read the complete paper, all sections in 120 minutes. If I'm able to read each and every passage, each and every question, each and every option, then I am good to go with my reading speed. The second is, if I'm able to navigate between the 2 sections within that specific time limit, I think I'm good to go. So these are the 2 expectations that I would have set for myself. Reason being, your scores eventually will improve. But if you are not working on your reading speed, if you're not working on navigating from one section to another, this is going to cause a real problem in the long term. So start with lower expectation, start with things which are basic, and eventually move on to accuracy and your scores. Now, the next part is the reading speed. Well, reading speed becomes the most important part of your CLAT preparation. Reason being, all the questions that you're supposed to answer are a part of some or the other passage. So for answering those questions, you have to read the passage. To read the passage, you have to have good reading speed. Now, how am I going to have a better reading speed? Do I have to read a lot of CLAT mock test? No. Well, your reading skills will be something that will improve by reading newspaper and novels. Now, you will ask me what newspapers to follow, what novels to read. Well, there is a preferred list of books that you will find in the comment box. Secondly, coming to newspaper, I would suggest that you start with Indian Express, Hindu, or any paper. Maybe Times of India if you are really new. A lot of people would suggest that Times of India is not the, the right kind of newspaper. But trust me, if you have not read a newspaper ever, you were not somebody who were ever into reading, then it's always good to start or basically take the first step rather than going ahead with something which is completely difficult, completely new, and might give you a setback there. So start with Times of India, eventually move to Indian Express, eventually move to the Hindu and other newspapers that are generally recommended for CLAT preparation. For the books, as I said, the preferred list of the books will be there in the comment box. The next is time management. Now, how is time management important here? Well, 5 different sections. 5 different sections required 5 different skills. And for this, time management becomes important because navigating from one particular section to another is important. Switching your brain from one section to another is important. And ensuring that you're able to complete the entire paper in 120 minutes is important. So for time management, the best practice is you set a timer for that particular section, start solving questions within that particular time limit and proceed accordingly. The last and the most important factor is the complete analysis of your mock test. Well, as I said, if I were in your place, I would have started not setting myself a goal for, scoring above 80 or above 90, but ensuring that I'm able to read the entire paper, I'm able to navigate through the different sections, and this is what my strategy would have been. But one strategy that one should follow from the first mock itself is the complete analysis. Now, what does complete analysis mean? Well, I have met a lot of students who say that, ma'am, I have analyzed the mock, I have seen whatever questions I have done wrong. Well, just looking at the incorrect questions are not really the way to go ahead. You have to go through each and every question that has gone wrong, each and every question that you have left, and in fact, each and every question that went right. Why right? Reason being, you might have, at that particular point understood or thought this would be the right answer. But if you go through that question again, you might not consider that as the right answer. And well, this dilemma needs to be sorted. So the complete analysis means that you're going through each and every question of the entire mock test again. This is when you start the mock. Now, imagine you are in the month of, October or maybe in the month of September, where you have given decent number of mock tests. Still, your scores are not improving. Or maybe you are lacking behind your scores in a particular section, let's say legal reasoning. Now, what to do here? Well, here you have to do a bulk mock analysis. What is that? So, that is a very simple trick, also a little tiresome, but does help a lot of students. Here, what you need to do is, for example, if I'm not able to score really good in the legal reasoning section, I will take out the legal reasoning section of at least 5 to 6 mock tests. The last 5 to 6 mock tests that I have attempted. Then I will go through each and every section, each and every, not exactly section, the passage and the question of this entire legal reasoning section of the 5-6 mock test. Why do I do that? When I do that, I'll understand that there might be areas within legal reasoning which I'm not very comfortable with. So, for example, anytime there is a passage related to civil laws, one, I do not understand the passage. Even if I understand, I'm not able to answer those questions. That means passages related to civil laws to be solved more. Maybe I need to go back and read the civil law theory in a much better manner to help me go ahead and get those marks. So when you do this bulk analysis, it gives you a kind of, a complete picture where you are lacking. Generally, you might be very good with legal reasoning, but in legal reasoning, there might be smaller part where it would be, troublesome when it comes to actually answering the question. So when I say complete mock analysis, one, go through the entire mock. Second, when you are in midway of your preparation, do this bulk analysis. Well, if you follow these 5 things, which is the exam pattern and syllabus, the time management, the reading speed, complete mock analysis, and generally setting right expectation for yourself, I am sure you would be able to excel really good in your mock test. I'll see you with another video, maybe midway through your preparation, where I'll give you exact tips how to go ahead and score above 90. Thank you.